What's up, guys? Welcome to Hawk Talk with JrzSaiyan, and I just want to, introduce you guys to this brand new segment podcast series that I'm going to be doing. I haven't decided exactly if it's going to be every day or it's going to be every other day, but I want to do it as much as possible because I love the Seahawks and I really want to put out what I think game days, the news, the daily news, the breaking news, just discuss about everything Seattle Seahawks and whatnot. And yeah, guys, so let's get straight to our first topic. This is the pilot episode. Let's get straight to our first topic. So I want to jump back to last week against the 49ers because I want to talk about a huge asset to the team that has come up when we needed him to, which is Thomas Rawls. Now, the reason I'm going back is because Thomas Rawls eclipsed 209 rushing yards, 2 total touchdowns. So he had 1 rushing touchdown, then he had another receiving touchdown, which was an amazing touchdown as well. And not just that, he rushed for the second most franchise rushing yards in the history of the Seattle Seahawks, which the first was by Shaun Alexander, which is 255, 256, I believe. But not only that, it's the way he ran the ball, guys. He ran like a beast, like a mini beast mode. I mean, Thomas Rawls really is a mini beast mode. I mean, he totally trucked that 49ers defense, and it was just insane to see. It was a sight to see because we might see the birth of, baby beast mode or beast mode junior for the Seattle Seahawks, which is, he really fits our running style. And along with Thomas Rawls, he's a rookie. We had another rookie who came up huge in the game. So we got Tyler Lockett with 2 touchdowns. One was a 24-yard touchdown, a seam, which was pretty easy for him. He caught in the end zone. And another one was he caught the ball. He broke a tackle. Then he carried 3 defenders into the end zone. That was crazy. The Seahawks ended up winning the game against 49ers 29-13. They had said Wilson had one of his best days as a pro that game. Little did they know the game against the high-flying offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers would be, a shootout, and the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson and co. would win. Now that they did not know. So, guys, I talked a little bit about Thomas Rawls and, how big he was in that game and how much of a beast he is. And man, I love this kid. I remember watching him when I had heard we picked him up, and I saw his highlights and it was crazy. So yeah, guys, I want to jump from Thomas Rawls into the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Seattle Seahawks game. Now, let me first of all say this was by far Wilson's most impressive game of the season. So Russell Wilson woke up on the day of his birthday, on game day, sick. He had the flu or the fever, and he went out and played some outstanding football against the Pittsburgh Steelers high-powered offense, which puts up a lot of points on the board. And, he went out in that shootout and he won. He beat Big Ben and threw 5 touchdowns in the pocket. Might I add, in the pocket. He threw 3 to Doug Baldwin, 2 to Jermaine Kearse. And wow, it was so crazy not to see Russell Wilson scrambling for his life. And it was kind of relieving not to see him scramble for his life because the fact that we found out that he was ill was kind of scary to think about what could have happened, how bad he could have played. But he went out and played probably the best football he's played so far in his career in the regular season. So, guys, not only did Russell Wilson have the game of his life so far, but turnovers come in bunches. 4 interceptions, all right? One came when Jeremy Lane, he picked off the fake punt, or the fake field goal. It was a fake field goal. Landry Jones was back there and threw it to he threw it to one of their linemen, and it was real funny because I was thinking, like, what are these guys doing? And Jeremy Lane, saw it. He saw it all the way. He picked it off. He would have had a pick six, but he tripped, which is crazy. I mean, he hasn't been in pads, or he hasn't been playing in football play mode, game mode, right, since the Super Bowl, which he got hurt and broke his arm. Which, the game he gets back, he gets an interception. That's amazing. We needed that. And it's the interceptions, the turnovers come in bunches. Started with Jeremy Lane. Then Richard Sherman had an interception. Cam Chancellor had an interception. And Ruben, our defensive tackle, had an interception. So it was awesome to see the Legion of Boom. But a lot of people don't call it the Legion of Boom anymore because they're not as, as threatening as they used to be. But they still are the Legion of Boom. You just haven't awoken that Legion of Boom yet. You haven't awoken that boom yet. And they're coming, guys. I'm telling you, the Legion of Boom is coming. But those turnovers were a big thing. Now, along with the turnovers that we got, we also gave up a lot of yardage from Big Ben. We gave up 456 yards from Big Ben and 201 coming from Marcus Wheaton. Now, 201 coming from Marcus Wheaton, which no one knew was going to happen. No one knew that was going to happen the way it did. I expected Martavis Bryant to have a larger role in the game, but DeShawn Shead had an amazing game. He played huge when being matched up with Martavis Bryant, and Sherman locked down Antonio Brown. Now, DeShawn Shead, like I said, played huge. He played where he needed to be because he did get beat a couple times, but that's bound to happen when you're not the star corner and you're playing against a star receiver. Now, Martavis Bryant, he has that mindset that he's the best receiver in the league, that no one's better than him. But of course, we all know Antonio Brown is better than him. He was matched up with Sherman. We all expected Martavis Bryant to have that matchup on lockdown, that he would be the winner of the matchup between the backup corner and himself. But that wasn't the case. It was pretty 50-50. DeShawn Shead made the plays when he had to. He made some pretty remarkable plays that stopped big catches or touchdowns. And I'm really proud that he did because I really like him. He's played safety, free safety, strong safety, nickel corner, and he's played corner on the sides, either left or right. So he's been a big asset to the team, and he took care of Martavis Brown just enough for the game to go our way. Now, like I said, Sherman did lock down Antonio Brown, so there's not much to say about that. He had that pick. Some people could say it was a bit of a push-off, but they did trip. They tripped over each other, just Sherman was the one to stay up, and it was maybe a little bit of arm push, but the rest didn't call it. It's not my fault. It's not the Seattle Seahawks fans' fault or the Seattle Seahawks' fault. That's the refs' fault. So don't come blaming on everyone except for the refs. Now, another thing that happened that game was we used Jimmy Graham the way we're supposed to. He came up with some clutch catches. So did Jermaine Kearse. So did Doug Baldwin. And I'm really proud of our receiving core, the way they've been playing and the way they did this game. They did amazing. Like I said, 3 touchdowns for Baldwin, 2 touchdowns for Jermaine Kearse. And they're the pedestrian, receiving core. Wow. They had a game. The last Seahawk to catch 3 touchdown passes was Joey Galloway, and Doug Baldwin did it against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers have an amazing defense, but we're not that much of a passing type offense from the pocket, and Russell Wilson did it all today while he was ill and on his birthday. He had one of the best games of his life. Doug Baldwin really had a game. He came up with that 3rd down clutch catch and run, stiff arm for an 80-yard touchdown. Now, he would have gotten caught from behind from Antoine Blake, I believe, but Tyler Lockett ran Antoine Blake down and gave him a block. Now, just enough for Doug Baldwin to go and Blake to, give up on the play. So, shout out to Tyler Lockett, man. Even Doug Baldwin said, if it wasn't for Tyler Lockett running and blocking for me, I probably would have been caught from behind. And it's crazy how much these rookies are playing out there and making a huge impact on the team. I mean, look at Tyler Lockett with his special teams play and his offensive play. He's been a huge asset these past couple games. and pretty much the whole season that special teams play. But for the offensive play, he's been a huge asset the last couple games. Thomas Rawls, since Marshawn Lynch has passed the torch and Marshawn Lynch has gotten hurt from his abdomen muscle, he's been playing huge as well. Now, let's talk about an injury every Seahawks fan did not want to see happen, because Jimmy Graham has started to evolve onto the offense. We have started using him more every game, and this is just heart-wrenching, because Jimmy Graham is an amazing guy. He's an amazing player. He is an amazing asset to the team. And if you see that Pittsburgh Seahawks game, if you saw it, he caught some pretty awesome catches. He made some awesome catches. He made one of the top 5 catches of the week with that one catch. Man, it's sad to see these injuries happen. We're lucky to not have as many people injured as most teams, but still, Jimmy Graham was a huge asset that was becoming even a bigger asset to the team. But on the bright side, Luke Wilson has been in the system for a long time, and we have had success with them. We went to the past 2 Super Bowls with Luke Wilson. So it's not like we're downgrading, because Luke Wilson has always been there. He can run block, he can catch. He's one of the fastest tight ends out there. So we're still in the safe with the tight end position. And it's just sad seeing Jimmy Graham out. He's out with a torn patellar tendon. And it's the same exact injury I believe that Victor Cruz suffered. And Victor Cruz is still out. This was last year. But the thing with Victor Cruz is I think he had re-injured it somewhere in the process of getting better. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Jimmy Graham. Godspeed. I hope his injury is as safe. The rehab is as fast and as safe as possible. I hope he doesn't re-injure it, because we need him for next year and for the future of the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I love the way the Seahawks played against the Steelers, against the 49ers. I love the momentum they're picking up, so hopefully we can keep going and we could derail, the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm excited to see that game, guys. I think I've talked about everything I wanted to in this podcast. I went over Thomas Rawls, went over Wilson, his career game, the turnovers, and just overall the injury, and overall the Seattle Seahawks and Steelers game. I hope you guys enjoyed the pilot episode. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it, and let me know in the comment section, what do you think I should add? Do you guys think I should talk about a little bit more about something else? Tell me what you guys want me to talk about, all you 12s out there. And yeah, I hope y'all have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.